If you're running a small residential care facility, you know this struggle, right? You want to give your residents these amazing, meaningful activities, but you're working with a budget that is, let's be honest, seriously tight. So how do you make that magic happen when the resources just aren't there?
For a lot of smaller homes, this is the reality. This is the entire monthly budget for activities, $50 to maybe $75. That's got to cover supplies, any special treats, literally everything. It really doesn't seem like much to work with, does it?
So that's the big question, isn't it? Can you really build a program that's rich and varied and genuinely engaging on a budget like that? Well, I'm here to tell you the answer is a huge, resounding yes, and we're going to break down exactly how you can do it. Look, the solution isn't just about, throwing a bunch of random cheap activities at a calendar and hoping for the best. The real secret here is structure. It's about thinking bigger than bingo and taking a more holistic approach to your residents' well-being.
And this right here, this is the blueprint. This is the secret sauce. It's all about organizing your activities across 7 key dimensions of wellness. We're talking physical, creative, cognitive, social, entertainment, community, and spiritual. When you plan around these categories, you're not just filling time, you're creating a truly balanced and meaningful program, no matter how small your budget is.
All right, let's dive into the really fun part. We're going to walk through a few of these categories, and I'll show you exactly how to bring them to life with some clever, super low-cost ideas. This is where your creativity becomes way more valuable than cash.
Let's kick things off with physical and wellness. Now you might be thinking this means expensive equipment or classes, but nope. The monthly budget for this can be as little as $0 to $20. That's it, seriously. So how on earth do we do that? We get scrappy and we lean into free resources. YouTube is an absolute goldmine of fantastic senior-focused chair yoga and gentle exercise videos. And you can get super creative with DIY equipment. Using things like scarves or even rice-filled socks for movement activities, or using canned goods from the pantry as light hand weights. It's all about seeing the potential in the things you already have around you.
And here's a little staff tip that is just brilliant. It's so simple, but it makes a world of difference. It's not just what you do, it's when you do it. Scheduling that bit of movement before a meal, when everyone's energy is a little higher, and keeping the session short and sweet, like 15-20 minutes, makes it so much more fun and effective.
Okay, so we've covered the body. Now let's talk about feeding that creative spirit. For all your creative and artistic activities, you can make a huge, colorful impact with a budget of just $10 to $25 a month. And again, the name of the game is sourcing smartly. The dollar store is going to be your new best friend for things like colored pencils, paper, and glue sticks. When you can, maybe buy a slightly larger craft kit and just split the supplies across a few different sessions or for multiple residents. And please, never underestimate the power of repurposed materials. Old magazines, greeting cards, fabric scraps, they can all be turned into the most beautiful collage art.
Oh, and this tip? This is a total game changer. It's all about tapping into your community. A simple email or a note in a newsletter asking families for any unwanted craft supplies can bring in a treasure trove of free materials. It gets families involved in a really nice way, and it can bring your costs down to practically zero for some of these projects.
Okay, next up, and this one is so important for the soul, community and giving back. And just look at this budget. It can be as low as $0 a month. This one isn't about what you can buy. It's all about creating a sense of purpose.
And it's actually pretty simple to pull off. First, you just ask for very specific donations for your service projects. Things like stamps, blank cards, or stationery. Second, you start building partnerships with local schools or churches to create these wonderful intergenerational programs. And third, you just repurpose materials you already have, like using old yogurt cups to plant seeds for a spring garden.
And listen, if you're thinking, does this stuff really make a difference? Just look at this. This is real impact. A small 6-person home made over 50 greeting cards for kids in a local hospital. It gave the residents this incredible sense of purpose and connection to their community, and the whole project cost them less than $10. That's what this is all about.
Okay, so we've got all these great individual ideas floating around. But what does it actually look like in practice? Let's zoom out a bit and see how you can structure a whole week to make sure you're hitting all those wellness dimensions we've been talking about. A sample schedule like this one is so key because it provides that routine and, most importantly, balance. And you can see how it's all woven together, right? Monday morning's chair yoga, that's our physical box. Checked. Later that day, you do trivia. That hits cognitive. Then on Tuesday, the storytelling circle is all about social and emotional connection. See? It's not just a random list of events. It's a week that's been thoughtfully curated for total well-being. So we've got the framework, we've got the weekly plan. Let's do the final math. Let's look at the numbers one last time to prove once and for all that a rich, engaging, wonderful program is absolutely possible on that really modest budget.
This is where it all comes together. That $75, look at how it can be broken down. With some careful planning, you can see how you'd set aside a slice of that pie for art supplies, a little bit for special birthday celebrations, another bit for entertainment. Every single dollar has a job. It's maximized, and it proves that a small budget doesn't have to mean a small experience.
So in the end, it really just comes down to taking that first step. You have the framework now, you have the ideas. The only question left is the one you see right here. What's that one small, creative thing you're going to try this week? Because that one step, it really can make all the difference.